Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place and we're so happy to have you here today. Today also happens to be Sunday, Sci-Fi Sunday, where we talk about all things sci-fi, fantasy, and comic book related. And today, friends, we definitely have some comic book news to talk about. We have to talk about the new docu-series or mock-series, I should say, The People versus Grodd. And what exactly is this series? Well, let's jump right into it. All right, so DCU has offered up several ideas of different ways that they're going to excite the fans. And some of it's worked and some of it hasn't. But the fact of the matter is that this was a series that was talked about before Peter Safran and James Gunn were even part of this equation. They had been talking about this series longer than those two have been in charge. However, this is the thing. Now they are in charge. They gave a little bit of input, I suppose, into what they thought should actually happen. Maybe they didn't at all. But this is the series we're getting, The People versus Grodd. And it is supposed to be this documentary style thing, only sort of like a mockumentary, because it is set within the DCU itself. Now, I know that this all sounds very strange, but this is what is actually being said about it. Alright, so this is what we know. The new mockumentary series at HBO Max is, of course, The People versus Grodd. And it is going to be run by the creators of American Vandal. They will serve as the showrunners, Tony Yacenda and Dan Perrault. Now, HBO Max has confirmed it is moving on with this mockumentary series, and this series was first reported all the way back in 2025. Now, at that time, it was said that Jimmy Olsen from the Superman movie would be reprising his role. And Jimmy Tatro is officially set to play Grodd. The show will have 8 episodes, and the tagline of this show states, a super intelligent ape, Tatro, is convicted of murdering his father, King of Grella City. In an 8-part true crime docu-series, the Daily Planet's Jimmy Olsen reopens the case, investigating whether or not Grodd was wrongly convicted in one of Metropolis's most famous murder trials. It says, along with this, the series will also co-star Superman actors Beck Bennett as Steve Lombard, Michaela Hoover as Cat Grant, and Wendell Pierce will also return as Perry White, along with additional cast members. Now, Tony Yacenda and Dan Perrault are going to serve as the writers, executive producers, and the showrunners of the series. But this is the thing. James Gunn and Peter Safran will also executive produce. DC Studios and Warner Brothers Television will produce. And the showrunners are saying that we are excited about creating a series that feels less like an entry into the DCU and more like an artifact from it. A Daily Planet original documentary made for the people of Metropolis. And we hope it will appeal to fans of the comics, comedy, and true crime. While we can't speak for the audience here yet, we already know it's a huge hit in Metropolis. They love this series. Now, these creators are no strangers to the world of mockumentaries. They famously created the critically acclaimed Netflix show American Vandal, which spoofed the true crime genre. And the show aired for 2 seasons at the streamer and won a Peabody Award. It was also nominated for an Emmy for Best Writing for a Comedy Series. Okay, so regardless of how we're looking at the show right now, this is kind of very different from what we've gotten so far in the DCU. And that, my friends, is the thing. The DCU has continuously brought us unique things. We don't have to like everything that they're doing, but they're taking those chances. And I, for one, just find this to be a really weird description. A very strange entry in the DCU. However, if you look at what Marvel's done, Marvel has followed the same formula over and over and over again, and they have had their wins and they've had their losses. The entire Kang the Conqueror story has been considered by a lot of people to be the weakest in the Marvel cinematic universe. The movies that they brought this villain into should have hit harder. They should have been better, but something was lacking and we really don't know what that was. I'm sure you could pinpoint something that you think contributed to it. But the thing is, we're still so early in the DCU that them taking these chances, them bringing us something that is completely different from what we expect, is something to be a little bit more proud of. This is something as fans we should be excited for because we don't know what they're going to do next. And this series proves it. This series is going to be a far cry from everything that we have expected of superhero content. But yeah, at the same time, it's leaning into the idea of superhero content as comedies, which isn't new to anything. But is it going to take away from the enjoyment that we're going to have in the DCU if this is connected to the big picture in some way, if this is connected to the big threat that will ultimately be faced? Is this something that fans can actually handle? That's going to be the real thing to look at here. Is this series going to be interesting? Is it going to be a hit? The thing is, it will probably be a hit. I'm going to be real with you. It will probably be a hit. And the reason it will be a hit, these are some great writers, some great people that they have involved in the show. And they've already proven they could do this type of content time and time again. And with them proving that they can do this type of content time and time again, that's going to really make it so that we, as the audience, trust in their skills. And ultimately, we are coming off what people argumentatively are saying is a failure with Supergirl. I actually think that Supergirl was sandwiched between two big movies that it just couldn't compete with. The movie isn't all that bad, but is it a winner? It was never going to be the biggest film in the DCU. It just never was, because ultimately Supergirl isn't the superhero that you expect to carry a movie this early on in the franchise. She isn't really the hero that you expect to carry a movie. But as these superhero movies go, it was somewhat okay. I didn't hate it at all. I in fact enjoyed it. I had a few laughs and I thought it was a decent movie. But they have to do better than that. They have to make it so that we are enthralled by these characters. So the Green Lantern TV series is being debated right now. We don't know what that series is actually going to entail. I did see the first episode and I thought the first episode was okay. I think that what ultimately has to happen in the DCU is that they have to be willing to take these chances. And I can say that so far it looks like they are willing to take chances that the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now isn't willing to take. If you would like to hear me talk more about the Green Lantern TV show, if you want my review of that, then go ahead and drop me a comment. Let me know that you want that, and I will definitely talk about it. But that, my friends, is where I am gonna leave it off to you guys. I want to know all of your thoughts. Do you think that this series is a good idea, bad idea? Do you think it's a mistake to do this? Whatever you are thinking, there is actually no wrong answer. Just remember to be nice to each other because we are all fans at the end of the day. And what exactly are we fans of? We are fans of the DC characters themselves. So don't hate on other people, far, liking things that you're not enjoying quite as much. Be part of the conversation and offer up your opinion in a polite way, and we will definitely have a conversation worth having. And don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of that conversation. If you like positive content talking about the fandoms you love and you want more content like that, you're gonna want to hit that like button so that the algorithm knows that you want more positive content talking about the fandoms you love. If you like our channel personally, you're gonna want to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell right next to it so that you never miss a single video we do. Because friends, there are so many fandoms to talk about, so many great fandoms that I get to talk to you guys about, and I can't wait to talk about every single one of them with you because, friends, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it, fandom is family.